Sodor is known for its unpredictable weather conditions. Anyone who's been to the island will tell you of its weather. It was February on Sodor, and the weather was miserable. The skies were always grey and dull, which made work horrible. The railway was expanding, and it didn't need bad weather to hinder its operations. It was a blistering cold morning with a bitter wind. None of the engines were looking forward to leaving the sheds. Ah, this rain. When will it stop? Now, Henry, let's not go hide in a tunnel. Oh, for goodness sake, that was years ago. You still did it. I'm worried about this rain, though. I heard that a railway inspector is coming to the railway soon, and this rain won't help us. You do raise a good point there, Doug. Though if a grand, strong engine such as myself takes the train, then there'll be no problem at all. Oh, shut up. The rain affects all of us. Come on, Gordon. Henry's right. The only exception is me. Shut up, James. That afternoon, Duck was organising some trucks in the yard. He was just about to take a rest when he saw Edward arrive. Edward backed up alongside him. Good afternoon, Duck. How are things? I'm alright, Edward. Yourself? I'm fine. I would be better if James wasn't going to take the railway inspector around tomorrow. What? Haven't you heard? James was chosen to take the special train around the island. Oh dear. Exactly my reaction. You remember how he fared last summer when he helped out on my branch line. He was terrible in the rain and rivers. You're not wrong. Oh well, I hope James knows what he's doing. Even if he gets wet. A violent storm raged across the island that night. Trees fell and buildings collapsed. Hard rain pounded down on the sheds, with thunder and lightning heard in the distance. Some of the engines were cooped up in the shed. All but James were listening to the violent storm outside. This is the worst storm we've had for years. Hey, this won't be fun to clean up. Indeed. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it starts to snow. That seems unlikely. I don't know. It is still winter, just we haven't seen it at its worst yet. James, would you shut up? Alright. Next morning, Duck was inspecting the line when he spotted an old shed collapse in a field. He was so distracted he didn't realise a telegraph pole stranded across the line. Duck, look out! Cinders! Duck slammed his brakes on but derailed on the telegraph pole. Duck was undamaged, just derailed. This isn't good. The telegram poles are down. Indeed. We'll be stuck here for a while. What makes you say that? Well, Benedict, the fact that the bloomin' telegram pole is down, we can't call for help. Oh yeah, good point. They were stuck there for a while, and weren't found until Gordon passed by with the express. They alerted the next station, and James arrived to come put them back on the rails. This is taking too long. I need to be back at Napa for the inspector in 3.5 hours. Fine. Anyways, I must commend you, Duck. Why? Clearly you wanted an accident to get you out of work, and what better place to crash than into a telephone line? Ha! Shut up. Not long after, Duck was at Wellsworth with the passenger train. Rain had been light when it suddenly stopped. Huh, that's weird. The rain stopped. Actually, Doug, I just read the weather forecast in the paper. They're forecasting snow this afternoon. Heavy snow. Heavy snow? I guess Gordon was right. I don't know which I prefer, rain or snow. Yeah, what was that about? No, look, snow. Duck looked up to see snow falling down, and lots of it. That would be how this day ends. We better get back to Knapford. His driver agreed. All around the island, snow was falling dangerously, and there was cause for concern. Somehow, the snow was building up quite quickly on the ground too, making the rails unsafe. Duck passed the sheds near Wellsworth, where he found Donald in a shed. I don't like this. How on earth is it building up so quickly? I'm not sure, but it's getting worse. They've sent out word to cancel all trains and for all personnel to take shelter. Really? Hey, I thought you'd heard. Has everyone else taken shelter? I think so. The foreman just listed all the engines who got shelter. I don't know about James though. I don't think I heard his wee name. Oh no, James is taking the inspector's train. Oh, well, they'll get him on the telephone. Suddenly Duck remembered something. They won't be able to. What do you mean? I crashed earlier on a fallen telephone line post, which means no one can contact James. Oh, brilliant, Duck. Just what we needed. Ugh, that's almost as stupid as Bill and Ben. You really do hate them, don't you? Aye. Both were silent. I'm going after him. Don't be stupid. It's too dangerous with all that snow. No one else can get to James. He shouldn't be too far from here. A little east, I would have thought. When did he leave? About half an hour ago. Well, there's no time to lose then. And Duck raced away after James and the Special Inspector's train. Duck trudged through the snow. It was raising rapidly. He could barely see the tracks. He didn't have a snowplow, so he had to use himself as a plow. Must find James. Must find James. Finally, they found him. James was buried in the snow from wheel to funnel. Don't worry, James, I'm here to help. Duck buffered into the snow and began to push. The train was heavy enough by itself, and the snow made it much worse. The pair continued on through the snow, Duck straining, but he didn't stop. Duck, thank you. You're welcome. That's what I get for bragging so much, I guess. Well, yeah. The two took shelter as the grand snowstorm only continued. The following morning, the blizzard had cleared. The island was bruised, but not broken. A thick layer of snow had blanketed the entire island. A few rescue trains had been sent out to help with the cleanup and to rescue engines who had been caught in the snow, some worse than others. The cleanup took the entire day and a little into the evening, but what mattered most was that the engines were safe.